It was 14 years ago when the very first episode of The Great British Bake Off was shown on the BBC. Known to American audiences as The Great British Baking Show, and now on Netflix, the reality show looking for the best British amateur baker was a huge hit, and it still is. Benjamina Ebeuhi was part of season 7 and a fan favorite. Now a successful baker and author of 3 books, including her latest, I'll Bring Dessert, Benji is here with us today. I can call you Benji, right?
Yes, please do call me Benji.
All right, okay. Thank you for being here. This is such a delight. First of all, what are we making today?
So today, we're going to be making my preserved lemon and olive oil cookies. They are so simple to make and absolutely delicious.
Okay, well, first of all, can we talk about these preserved lemons? Because I've never, how do you do this?
They're so cool. So you essentially like brine them in salt, and then you just let them sit in a jar, and they get all fragrant. If you smell them, they smell different to a normal lemon.
They do.
It's a little bit more acidic, a bit more fragrant, but they are just so good they're normally used in savory baking, but I love them in these cookies.
Okay.
For a bit of salty kick.
I like it. All right, so what do we do first?
So we're going to start with our sugar and our oil. Okay. So I've got a mix of, so this is olive oil.
Olive oil, okay.
Olive oil, and it just adds a really nice like fragrance and herby kind of flavour to this that I love. If you use regular oil, you won't get that kind of same nice olivey.
Got it, I get you. Okay.
So good olive oil.
Eggs?
Eggs. So I've got 1 egg and an egg yolk, and the egg yolk is just going to add a bit of extra fudginess.
So 1 egg, 1 whole egg.
A whole egg.
All the bits and pieces, and then 1 egg yolk.
And then an extra yolk for that fudgy kind of middle.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, if you want a fudgier cookie, add an extra egg.
That is so cool. I love learning stuff.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
So you give that a mix, and then we're going to go in with our sugar.
So you said the wet ingredients first, and so you consider sugar a wet ingredient?
I do. Some people do, some people don't, but I normally put it in. If it's like a 1-bowl recipe like this, I'll put it in with my wet, and then it starts dissolving.
Okay. No, I mean, if you say so, then it's the truth.
And I've got white sugar and brown sugar, and the brown sugar just brings a little bit more flavour, that kind of caramel flavour into that.
White and brown sugar.
White and brown. Okay. And then you just give it a mix. It's very, very simple recipe.
Okay.
And then I'm going to ask you to pass me the vanilla.
Yeah. Oh, this vanilla looks fancy.
This is fancy.
There's little dots in it.
That's vanilla bean paste.
Oh, vanilla bean paste.
Vanilla bean paste. But you could use vanilla extract if you don't have that. Totally fine.
Where do you get vanilla bean paste? At like a fancy baking shop?
Yeah, I think grocery stores out here have them.
Good. Okay.
So give that a good mix to combine.
All right.
And then in with your vanilla. Just spoon that in there.
All right.
And then the star of our show are preserved lemons.
So you just cut this up in tiny little pieces.
So I cut it up and then take out the insides. So we don't want to use the insides for this. We just want the rind.
The rind.
And then you chop it up nice and finely. And then when you bake your cookie, it gets all like chewy and squidgy and like.
Oh my gosh! I just drooled. You just saw me drool.
I love that.
Okay.
I love it.
It sounds that good that I'm drooling. Okay.
Amazing. So just mix that in there, and this is just going to have a nice little salty pop in our cookies.
Okay.
Sweet and salty vibe.
I like, because when I love like a ginger cookie, when there's that little bit of chew in there.
I love that texture in my cookies so much.
Oh, that's so good.
Delicious. And that is pretty much nearly done. All we do next is just add in our dry ingredients. So I've got some plain flour, or all-purpose flour, poured over here, and a bit of baking powder.
To mix together.
Mix together.
Okay. All right.
And I don't think I put any extra salt in this because the preserved lemon does have
that salt, because you've used it with the brined it with the salt. Okay, got it. Copy that. Okay.
Give it a good mix to combine.
Okay.
Until we have a nice uniform dough, and then you just chill that in the fridge for a couple of hours until it's firm.
Okay. And through the magic of TV.
Through the magic of TV, here's one we made earlier.
Okay.
And so this has had some time to chill. And as you can see, it kind of holds its shape a bit. It's not like sticking to my fingers.
Right.
And all you're going to do, you could use a cookie scoop, but I'm just like, just get it with your hands.
I like it. I like that.
Give it a little roll.
And you want it to be the size of like a small meatball.
Yeah, about that size.
Okay.
And with these cookies, like, they're very forgiving. I like my recipes to be quite chill. So you could make these bigger, you could make these smaller, entirely up to you. And so all you will do then, give them a roll. Okay. Pop them on your baking tray.
Okay.
And then you bake those for about...
That's it?
15.
I thought we were going to use these to smush them down or something.
You could, but I mean, sometimes you just got to, like, these are your best, like, tools, your hands.
I agree.
They are fantastic.
And they're easy to find at all times. They're always available.
You're not going to lose your hands.
I mean, here's hoping. Oh.
So give it a squish.
Okay, there's also a little bit of a technique to this because I think I'm too hard on it and it's starting to crumble.
You want to kind of like bring it together a little bit.
You want to coax it. Be gentle.
That's
Don't
what it
smush
is.
the meatball cookies. Okay, so let's talk about the book because you said that you love to have recipes that are easy breezy, chill. What other recipes are in there?
So I've split up the book into chapters. So we've got something chocolatey, something nutty, something creamy, something fruity. So there really is something for everyone.
Yeah.
But today I've also brought along my coffee, cardamom and walnut cake.
I'm gonna sneak over here.
That one there, and I
coffee, cardamom, and walnut cake.
So it's nutty. It's fragrant with cardamom.
Nut cake. Okay. And then there's a delicious thing. I'm gonna try this.
No, get involved.
I'm gonna get
get involved.
Personally involved with this cake right now.
That's what we say in London. Get involved.
You know what I love about everything so far is it has a unique flavor that you would never expect.
I love that.
I've never had anything like this before.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
And it's still amazing and delicious. I'm gonna try this. You know what? I'm just gonna grab it like a pizza.
I love that. It's sturdy enough.
It's sturdy.
That's good pastry. It can hold its shape.
Oh my gosh.
Hold it.
Oh my gosh.
Do you like that?
What is this?
So this is my salted honey and sesame custard tart. We love custard back in the UK, and we love a custard tart. And that is fantastic. I love custard.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
I'm glad you like it.
It almost reminds me a little bit of flan, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, it's kind of a similar technique to flan, but in a
one more
tart and with honey and with salt and sesame.
I didn't have enough breakfast. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
I love that you love it.
All right, let's talk about the Great British Baking Show now. Sorry, I'm walking all around. The cameras are like, where are you going, Adrisi? You were on camera a lot in a very intense way, but I feel like the Great British Baking Show is very special. How did you apply? How did you know you wanted to apply?
I watched the Great British Baking Show all the time, like it was my favourite TV show, and I just thought, I was watching it and thought, I can do what they're doing. I think I can make that. And I just applied, didn't tell anyone, went for it, and then each stage just kept going further and further and further, and it was just like, oh my gosh, now I've got to actually do this, which is crazy.
Wow.
Insane.
So, okay, you also have an incredible column in The Guardian.
Yes.
British newspaper, which you can get here, you can check it out. Were you doing that before the Great British Bake Off? Or like, how did that all work out? And like, what were you doing before?
So before Bake Off, I was actually going to train to be a teacher, a maths teacher.
A math teacher?
Math teacher, that was my goal.
I love it.
Very different to what I'm doing now. And then Bake Off happened and I thought, this is my chance. I want to do food full time. I love baking. I love cakes and tarts and cookies.
I mean, and there's science in that too. There's mathematics.
There's maths. There's ratios,
lots of maths.
Percentages, all of that. So it all kind of comes together into one. Which
Except when you're cooking in Britain, it's with grams as opposed to teaspoons. But I mean, who can say what's better?
I mean, grams.
Grams? Okay, we know definitively that's better.
Grams.
I mean, but you have to weigh a gram.
You do, but then 100 grams is the same in London, it's the same in America, it's the same in Scotland.
Okay.
Anywhere you go, it's the same.
So, I mean, so you are usually, you always have a weight or a scale in your kitchen?
Always. You just need one, and it will last you years and years, I promise. All you've got to do, change the batteries,
this is
and you're
fascinating.
done.
Okay.
It's amazing.
So back to Bake Off. Was it great? I mean, because a lot of the American reality television I hate because it's snarky, it's mean, it's the worst of people. But that's why I think people love Great British Bake Off is because everyone seems really nice. Is it really, really nice? Or is there like snarkiness behind the scenes?
Truly, it is so wholesome. Like we all want everyone to do well. We don't want anyone failing just for the sake of it. There's no villains.
Yeah.
We truly just want to come there, bake, and make sure everyone has a nice time. So we got on. It was a little family. It sounds very cheesy, but it was like a nice little
Is Paul
family.
Hollywood cool?
He was cool. We didn't get to chat to him too much.
Okay.
But when we did, he was lovely. And Mary Berry, I mean, she was just like everybody's grandmother. Just the most kind woman ever. She was amazing.
All right, well, I just realized that I haven't tried the cookie yet. I'm gonna grab the cookie. Will you tell us how you finish these off, by the way?
Yeah, so once these are all rolled out on the pan, all you need to do is bake them for about 15 to 17 minutes until the edges are crisp and the middle is still a little bit fudgy. And then that is it. It is the easiest cookie recipe you could make.
Dude, this is amazing.
Do you like it? I'm so
Benji,
glad.
this is so good.
I'm so glad.
My grandma loves lemon. I'm gonna make this for her and send
do.
it to her for Mother's Day because it's so delightful. It's lemony. And again, it has a unique flavor that I've never had before personally.
I love that.
It was an absolute pleasure baking with you, Benji.
Thank you so much, Lucy.
Y'all, another, by the way, Mother's Day idea is her book. Grab the book and make someone very delighted because it's just such a beautiful book too.